Hi friends, Mindy here. Today I have a process video. I am going to be working in my illustrating Bible. I have already completed the Walk This Way kit from Bythewell4God, but there was one of the days that just really stuck with me, and so I really wanted to include it here in my Bible as well. I've already journaled through the whole devotional in my book that I created, which I have a video of a flip through of that if you want to see it, but I just wanted to go back and record one of these days, specifically one that has just stuck with me. And so it was about the unnamed woman, and if you watched my flip through, I talked about it a little bit, but just really quickly here, I'm just using some Distress Oxide inks in Spun Sugar and Stormy Sky, I think is the other color, and I'm just kind of doing the smushing technique here just to get a quick background down on the page, and I'm just drawing it in between each one of the layers that I put down, and I'm just kind of going back and forth between the colors until I build up the background that I am looking for. But anyway, back to this day's devotional. Was talking about the unnamed woman in chapter 13 of Luke, about this woman that was basically crippled, and she came to the synagogue on Sabbath day, and Jesus was there and he healed her, and there was some backlash about him doing that, and she glorified God because he healed her, but they didn't think that he should be quote unquote working on the Sabbath day. But what struck me so much about this devotional on this day was that it doesn't ever give her name, and we don't know who she was, and she's not mentioned again as far as we know it. And maybe the people in the crowd didn't even really know who she was or know her name, but Jesus knew her, and he knew her suffering, and he had compassion on her, and in the face of opposition, he healed her. And it just really spoke to me that even though we may feel invisible sometimes, I know, as women, we wear a lot of hats and we take on a lot of roles. And sometimes, the lines between all of that can get blurred, and we can feel, even invisible maybe sometimes. But the Lord knows. So even though this woman was not named in the Bible, her story was recorded, and the compassion that Jesus had for her is recorded, because even though she was unnamed, she was not unknown. Jesus knew her, and that's the most important aspect, is to be known by him. And so this day just really had an impact on me, and I have thought about this over and over just several days. And so as I was preparing to get started on my next project, and I was putting away this one, I just really wanted to get this into my Bible. So I'm just doing a really, really quick page today, just again to really just kind of get permanently in my Bible this idea, and maybe it was just for me, I don't know, that's obviously it was, but that Jesus knows, and sometimes in the chaos of everything that's going on in our lives, he knows, and we don't need to have anyone else know our name, really. I don't need fame or fortune or any of those things, as long as Jesus knows who I am. And so I just wanted to get that in my Bible. So you saw me here, I used a couple of the pieces of paper that I had left over from the kit. These are literally just scraps that I had from working through it, and I just glued those down on that bottom section in the margin there. And then now I am using this Miriam stamp set. This stamp set is a really awesome stamp set, and it comes in 3 different sizes, which is awesome. So I'm using the middle size. There's a bigger one and a smaller one, and I'm just going to stamp out my title here. I'm using archival ink and in black, and so I'm just getting out all of my supplies. I have my little Illustrated Faith, like clear paper back behind there just to try to, my paper's a little bit warped, so I want to give it a good surface to stamp on. And then using a clear acrylic block for these letters, and I'm just going to stamp out the title unknown, or unnamed but not unknown. And I always put down a scrap piece of paper over here to the side to kind of test my stamps or clean them off or whatever. And also I'm a messy stamper, so that just helps me just in case I drop it or something. So I always have scrap paper next to me. But anyway, so I'm not going to make you watch me stamp out this whole thing, but it will say unnamed but not unknown. And then off camera I also did a little bit of journaling, just talking about just being known by Jesus and how important that is. And one thing you'll see here is that my lettering's a little bit off. I'm not, like I said, a perfect stamper, but whenever I do that, I just kind of make it look more purposeful, and then no one will ever know that I didn't do it on purpose, except for you, because I just told you. But so that's one way to kind of work around it, is just kind of stamp it, you know, kind of wonky, which I like that look anyway. Anyway, now I'm getting these black and white sticker. Well, they're not black and white. They're just clear stickers, this line art, these beautiful flowers. And I'm just putting one up here in the corner to kind of take up some of that white space that was left by my title. And then I'm taking this other one, which is, it's a really big sticker. And so I'm just going to use a portion of it up here at the top. So what I'm doing is I'm just rolling back the release paper just a little bit. And then I'm going to stick down the part that I want, and I'm going to leave the release paper on there. So you can see, and I'm just going to tuck the release paper kind of behind the page, and then I will take my scissors and trim all of that off, and that will leave the unused portion of the sticker on the release paper, and then I can use that down at the bottom of my page. So here I'm just, from the back side, I'm just trimming down this release paper, and you can see the sticker, the other part of it is still stuck to the release paper. I do it this way, that way I don't accidentally get it stuck to something else, especially if I want to reuse the other part of that sticker. So down here at the bottom, I'm just sticking it down here, the leftover, and then it's just hanging over the edge just a little bit, so I trimmed that part off as well. And then I need to include my date, so I just pulled out these alpha tiles, and I'm just putting today's date, even though, like I said, I've actually already worked through this devotional I finished it a few days ago, but I just came back to it today so that I could do this page in my Bible. And so I'm using these tile alphas here down at the bottom. And then you can see I did the journaling off camera. And now I'm taking my We Are Memory Keepers tab punch and another little scrap piece of paper here, and I'm going to create a tab for the top section, so it just sticks out the top there. And I am getting out some more alpha stickers in this kind of bluish, I don't know, periwinkle color maybe. And I am just putting the word known on there. And then this is going to go up in the top left-hand corner of my page. I really like little tabs and things sticking out the top of my Bible. But I don't want to leave it kind of just sitting up there all by itself. You can see here. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to take another little piece of scrap paper here. That's the same kind of blue wood grain. And I'm just going to create a little spot for this tag to kind of rest on. So I'm just trimming this down, and then I will glue that piece up on that top section here. I'm using my ATG gun. It's a really really strong adhesive. It's my favorite. So I just put that there, and then I'm going to glue down the little tab section. And it's not double-sided, but that doesn't bother me. I can always cover that up if I work on the back side of this page. So and that really finishes my page out for today. It's just a real simple page, but if you like this video, I'd appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And until next time, bye-bye.